Hello everybody, in this video I'm going to be taking a brief look at how to buy a stock and how simple it can be. I wanted to make this video because I remember it being 2013 or 2014 with me still being in high school, and I really wanted to invest, but I thought it was going to be extremely complicated setting up an account, and I didn't even know if I could do it as a teenager, and I really just wish I had figured out how to set up a stock account and learn how to invest in apps, because I would know so much more today if I had gotten started at a younger age. I just started investing right now in 2019, and if I hadn't started then, I would have made so much money by now off of my investments over the years, and I'd know so much more today. So how does one actually buy a stock as a teenager with no experience? Well, through one of these investing apps. Robinhood is the biggest right now, and then there's also Stash and Acorns, which I would highly recommend, and I'm just going to take a brief look at each of them. Robinhood is the most widely used of these three apps, but is also probably the least beginner friendly. So if you don't know anything about stocks or investing, you might want to check out one of the other two apps. The reason I say that is that in Robinhood, you have to buy a full amount of a stock, which means you might have to pay several $100s for just one investment. Whereas with Stash and Acorns, you can really invest any amount you want into the app. Next to their Stash, which I would probably recommend most highly out of these three apps, just because it's so easy to learn so much about the stock market and investing through this app. And you can invest any amount you want into this app. You could start with as little as $5 as you want to, and then add more as you learn over time. And I feel like Stash is the best three of these apps to help build your portfolio over time and make money. Lastly, I'm going to take a look at Acorns, which is best for passive investors who don't want to have to pay much attention to their investments. That you just know you want to get started investing, but you don't really know how, and you don't want to pay much attention to buying and selling stocks. This is probably the app for you for very passive investors. Another huge thing about these apps is that there's no trade fees when you're buying a stock or investing your money. That's something I was really intimidated by. In high school, I didn't want to have to pay $10 for one trade that I wasn't even sure of making money, because I didn't know much about investing in the stock market. So that's something huge for these apps for investors who are just getting started, that there's no trade fees, because that was something that was super intimidating for me when I was first getting introduced into the stock market and investing. Check out my channel for a more in-depth look at some of these apps, and subscribe for more videos on investing apps and more videos on stocks. Thanks.